Thank you, Mel. So my name is Debbie Honey, and I am your facilitator for the next 5 weeks for the CENP facilitated course for the exam. I am so pleased to be with you guys today. I have to tell you, I got an email this afternoon from someone that took the facilitated course in November who just wrote me to say she passed the exam last week. So there's a trajectory, no worries. There's somebody else wanting to come in. So I'm going to share my screen if it's okay with you all. If I can find my share button. Just to do a quick orientation of what we're going to do over the next few Tuesdays together. So there are 3 key support people. I'm the faculty, and Mel, these slides will be on the course, on the curriculum, right?
Yes, that's correct. They're
So
in
you're
the
welcome to email any of us anytime you have any questions, concerns, or have any issues. Please feel free, because that's what this is. It's while it's self-study, we want to be able to be there for you guys when you have questions or concerns. But just real quickly, how many of you, let me unshare for a second. Stop share. How many of you have started doing your pre-work? Yes, I see hands. Have you started the first, I see thumbs, and have you started the first course? Well, what you're going to see here is the schedule of how we're going to do it. Today, it is truly just Q&A and just do a brief overview, and then we get into the content starting next week. So let me reshare with you all. So I'm sure all of you or most of you have printed the handbook, the candidate handbook, which I would say is one of the most important documents of anything that you can look at is the candidate handbook. It gives you all the details, not only about the exam, but also at the back of it gives you the breakdown of what components, what domains, and how many questions are in each one of the domains and which types of questions there are. So I would highly, encourage you, if you haven't already printed it or have access to it, which it's in the course as well, to please make sure that you have access to it. So for the Aonl competency domains, there are 5 components. There's leadership, professionalism, business skills and principles, knowledge of the healthcare environment, which is the biggest one. It has most of the content, a lot of content, and communication and relationship management. How you can get the most out of this course. There are discussion boards, there's a forum out there. There's a few things we can all learn from each other. I'm going to learn a lot from you all that I don't have knowledge about. So we can absolutely learn from each other. When you sit in this course, you need to think about the CENP. You need to think like an executive. This isn't the nurse manager certification. This is the executive practice. So think of this as from an executive lens. Be sure and participate in the discussion forums. And then what we really like for this session on these Tuesday nights to actively participate. I mean, push each other to ask questions and learn from each other. Share your experiences and then also ask questions and seek clarification from your colleagues and from the course faculty. While the course is, I think it took about 2 years to write this course and get all the scenarios and everything in it. And we constantly review it to make sure it's still, relevant. But if you don't see something that makes sense, please ask us and let's talk about it. So you should have started your pre-work last week and then completed the leadership portion of the modules. And then you see the schedule for the next week so that you will see what we'll be talking about. So next week, we'll be talking about leadership and answering any questions, and also business skills and principles. So we'll have those as our discussion topics next week. Again, Mel is the brains behind all the functionality to this course. So there are 3 types of discussion forums. You were asked to post your introduction just to so we can get to see who each of us are. Then there's open discussion, and then there's competency specific. He will have a discussion board for leadership, a discussion board. Am I saying that right, Mel, or am I
Yes.
throwing you under the bus? Okay.
No,
So
you're correct.
if you have questions specific, so the whole group can see what we're going to be talking about or have questions with each other. And then you can also use the message function and the distribution list. We're going to get a copy of that as well, Mel.
Yes.
So you'll have everyone's emails if you want to ping somebody and ask questions. And you may all get an email from me at some point in time. So again, here's the sessions. This is the introductory session. Then we have the three drop-in sessions that we'll talk about different ones of the competency domains. And then the final will be a wrap-up session that talks about test taking, and we'll do some things that we do actually in the live course around, you know, ideas and tips and jewels about taking the exam. And this is what our group looks like. So there are 27 enrolled with 15 states represented and someone internationally, 24 organizations, and then a variety of roles. And here's one thing, again, it goes back to the handbook. The handbook has a definition of what that role looks like. The title doesn't matter. It really is about the function that you do in your role and not so much the title. So that's why it's important to read your candidate handbook to make sure that this is the right exam for you. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing and open it up for questions that any of you might have. Since we have, again, this is introduction. Do you all mind if we take like just a few minutes and just go around the group to kind of see who is here and just tell me your name, your role, and where you work? So I'm going to go across my screen if that's okay. So I'm going to start with Garrett. He's looking for the mute button.
Yeah, sorry, I'm fighting the mute button. Hey, good evening. My name is Garrett Schreier. I'm the Chief Nursing Officer at the VA Northeast Ohio Healthcare System. I've been with the VA for about 20 years, and I've been a Chief Nursing Officer for the VA for about 10 years now.
Excellent. Sheena.
Hi there, Sheena Ferguson, and I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I was a Chief Nursing Officer for 13 years in Academic Medical Center and retired, and I'm now the Executive Director at the New Mexico Board of Nursing.
Before I came to Covenant, which is almost 5 years ago, I was the interim chief nurse in Santa Fe for 2.5 years.
Oh, I
probably
thought,
know some people.
yes.
Donna.
Hello, I'm Donna Walters. I'm the System Director of Nursing Practice Innovation for MedStar Health in Maryland.
Great. Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary Johnson. I was the Chief Nursing Officer at Falmouth Hospital, serving as the Associate VP of Nursing at Cape Cod Hospital, and have recently been hired to be the Vice President of Nursing Care and Chief Nursing Officer. And I'm in Hyannis, Massachusetts, so it's busy here with with all the tourists.
Understood. Yeah, it's busy where I am. I have a hospital in Gatlinburg, so Dollywood, and yeah, that hospital is crazy busy this time of year. I am not going to attempt to say your name. I would ask you to introduce yourself and tell us how to pronounce it, please. She's looking for, you're muted.
Okay, my name is Olugu. Why is it?
Not sure why it's echoing. I'll put myself on mute. We'll come back. We'll try again. Do you want to try again? Okay. Why don't we move to Angela? We'll come back.
So hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Angela Hollinsworth, the Deputy Chief of Quality at the Washington, D.C. VA Medical Center. Hi, my VA friends. I've been in quality now for about 10 years.
Chelsea.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Carlson. I'm the Director of Women and Infants and Women and Infant Services at UC Health Highlands Ranch. So we're not the academic medical center, UC Health in Colorado, but I'm one of their sister hospitals in the community.
Great. Kara.
Boy, that is kind of tricky, unmuting. Don't feel so bad. So I'm Kara Chavez. I'm the Chief Nursing Officer here at Sonora, California, which is about an hour north of Yosemite National Park.
Oh, okay. Autumn.
Hi, I'm Autumn. I'm a nurse manager at Ascension St. Agnes, which is in Baltimore, Maryland.
Maria.
Hi, my name is Maria Radwanski, and I'm a manager for care transitions at Hershey Medical Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Patty. Or Patty Joe. I don't know which one you go by.
Patty Joe. I'm the CNO for Advent Health Celebration, which is right outside of Disney, so in Florida. So we're very busy also with lots of visitors.
Yes. Suzanne.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Slocum. I'm the Director of Complex Medical Units at Emory Johns Creek Hospital in Johns Creek, Georgia, and it is part of the larger Emory system. I was at the Emory main campus for a while, and now I had my academic fix, and now I'm getting my community hospital fix again.
Great. Cheryl.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Clay Johnson. I'm the Administrative Director of Nursing for Emergency Services and Critical Care at Bond Secures.
And we have another Cheryl, Cheryl Paul.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Paul, and I'm the Chief Nursing Officer at Bon Secours St. Francis in Midlothian, Virginia.
Great. Tracy.
Right outside of Richmond.
I am Tracy Gaglioni. I'm the Director of Performance Improvement for Hospital Medicine with Team Health, nationally located out of Knoxville, but I live in Wisconsin.
I have a meeting with our Team Health doctors tomorrow because their office is right down the street from us.
Oh.
Knoxville, you're right. Cassandra.
Good afternoon. My name is Cassandra Singleton. I'm the Administrative Director of Acute Care Services here in Midlothian, Virginia, same as Cheryl Paul, and I'm outside of Richmond in Bon Secours, Mercy Health.
Great. Catherine.
Hi, my name is Kathy Heston. I'm from Three Rivers Medical Center in Louisa, Kentucky, and I'm the Chief Nursing Officer here.
Great. Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Hardister. I'm the Nurse Manager of Diagnostic and Interventional Cardiology here at Ascension St. Agnes Hospital in Baltimore.
Great. Ala, is that right?
Yes. I don't know why it's echoing.
It is acting up.
I don't know. My name is. I don't know.
You know, with the microphone problems, what you could do is put it in the chat, your name and where you are.
Okay.
How would that be? So let me go to Sherry.
Hi, I'm Sherry Willoughby, and I'm the manager of the Clinical Research Unit at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago.
Great. Judith?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Judith Correa. I'm the Director of Nursing for Aonl Health, which is a federally qualified health center in California.
Great. Osama?
Yeah, hello, this is Osama. I'm from Lebanon, and I'm currently the supervisor for ambulatory care services at the International Medical Center in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah.
Carlene.
Hi, I'm Carlene Mello. I'm the Director of Nursing Resources at Ascension St. Agnes in Baltimore, Maryland.
Olu? What about Pamela?
Hi, everybody. I am the director for our medical oncology and intermediate departments at Memorial Hospital in South Bend, Indiana.
And Lorraine.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I am the nurse manager for maternal child health at St. Agnes in Baltimore, Maryland.
All right, great. Did we miss anybody? That their microphones worked? I'm so sorry.
Hi, this is Isla. I'm sorry, I'm late.
No, we can hear you.
I am the administrative director for Advanced Care at Home here at UNC in Chapel Hill.
So a medically at home type?
It's a hospital at home program.
Yeah, well, we just got our waiver last week, so okay. Thank you. And anyone else?
Let me try.
I'm sorry, but we'll get to you at some point. Maybe Mel, you can help her a little bit later with her, figure out the troubleshooting with the microphone. So I hope you heard there is a wealth of diversity, experiences, and this will be a group that you can spend some time with over the next 5 weeks. And I can tell you from our first, I think we've done this 3 times, there are people in courses that still communicate with each other because they just find things that are interesting and find real colleagues. So I hope you all will take advantage. We don't get these small clusters of people that it's safe to say things, except for all the St. Agnes people on the phone. I'm just saying, because there's 4 of you, I think I heard, but I'm just teasing. But it really does give you an opportunity and a test ground just to throw things and ideas off different people that aren't in your organization, who maybe have done things differently or can give you ideas. Any questions, comments that anyone would like to make? We'll get you guys out of your shells, don't worry. So for those of you who have done your pre-work and you've started your, and you've done the leadership, is there anything that you'd like to, oh, there we go. There's 6 of you from St. Agnes, thank you. Critical nursing supervisor, critical care at Caring Hands Home Care in New York. Thank you. So we have all diversity of individuals. So was there anything surprising or shocking that you saw in the first session that you didn't expect or you have questions about, or in your pre-work? Did all of you do your self-assessments? Mel, that's available on the website, right? Mel's hiding.
I don't think I did that because I didn't see that portion, but I will make sure I do it tonight.
I'll tell you what's nice about it, because I mean, and you're in your room by yourself and you can be brutally honest with yourself, because it goes through all the competencies and you rate yourself novice, it's beginner's, novice to expert. So when this is such a broad amount of information and knowledge that you're tested on, you spend time on what you don't know. I had 6 years of HR experience. I didn't study the HR portion. Finance, yes. I mean, you understand what you're good at and what you understand, and then focus on what you don't know. And then there's lots of resources in the course to direct you if you need more help on any of the topics that are out there. So I think I've always told people, do the self-assessment first and understand, and then that helps you get your game plan of how you're going to approach studying for the exam. And remember, this exam is very different than other exams. I know there's 2 executive nurse certifications. There's Aonl CNP, and then there's ANC nurse. I don't even know what NEA, right? NEA is much more didactic, fact-based, where CNP course is experiential. It'll give you, pieces of information, and we'll talk about test taking on another day, but it doesn't give you, there are some facts, but a lot of it is application and analysis. So it is a little different. I see there was a question. And now my mouse won't work. Ask about pass rates. Is that what I just saw?
Yes, ma'am.
I think it depends. Some people, because when we do the live, you're talking about the facilitator, you're talking about the live courses at Aonl. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's 8 hours of a fire hose. 8 hours of a fire hose. Versus this is, a little more self-guided. The content, actually the slides are the same. We actually changed this year's live to mimic this course because the course was dated because it was a little bit older. So the content is the same. I don't know whether that's helpful or not. And the self-assessment. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Mel. Other questions?
I think I probably am not as prepared tonight. I'll freely admit it, not as prepared as I should have been with the pre-work. So is that something to get the most out of the facilitated session, is to do the module ahead of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because people will start talking about things that they thought were interesting, and you do get do they get the exam as well, Mel, the self-assessment, the exam? I think somebody did. And at the end, taking that exam is also very helpful because the self-assessment exam, it's 100 questions, is written exactly like the exam. The company that wrote the exam worked with another group and wrote the study questions, and they're exactly the same structure, the same type of content. So I think it'll be very helpful as we get closer to the end.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yes. Other questions? So Mel, do you want to give them, have all of you gone on to the course and looked at it yet? Mel, do you have any tips and tools that you would like to tell them, since you are the mastermind, put it all together?
I don't know about tips and tools, but I'm happy to quickly share what the course looks like to answer your question. Let me make sure. I think I need to hit share again. Yep. Many of you already have logged in, it looks like. Some have not, and that's okay. Once you log in from the aonl.org website, it's in the education area, and it's the online learning portal. You should see the landing page that looks like this. When you go to your learning center, you'll see the CENP Facilitated Essentials Review course for July 2022. And if you click the title, it shows what I like to say is kind of like an outline of the course in its entirety. So some of the information that Debbie's been talking about that is available in the course could be in the course information and navigation, depending on what you're looking for. The discussion forums are here. There's another area you can access them from that I'll show you in just a moment. But attending the virtual sessions, just like you've done today, all of that information is under the attend page with the dates and times for each session and which topic or which domain is going to be discussed at each of the sessions. It's always going to be the same Zoom link. So you'd access it. Hopefully you came in through the course. We'd like to encourage you to come in through the course because this is where all the content does reside. A lot of the information about the exam itself, the CENP handbook, and some of the other exam resources are in this CENP. And I don't know how well you can see my screen, so I'm going to see if I can maybe just zoom in a little bit. The CENP exam resources area has some preparation strategies. Here's where you can access the exam handbook, an outline of the exam, as well as some test taking tips. The practice exam that was mentioned, you did have the option to purchase the review course with the practice exam. So you should have gotten a separate email from Shanna Sweeney. If you did not, you can reach out to her. Or if you still would like to purchase the practice exam, you can do so by clicking here, and it'll walk you through how to access the practice exam. And then the self-assessment tool is here as well. The on-demand parts of the course would be in each of these domains. The leadership, professionalism, these are all were also mentioned earlier. Each of these are asynchronous, meaning you can click in and watch and listen and click through the scenarios at your own pace. So this would be kind of the self-guided parts of the program. And then the only other thing I would mention is from the Learning Center, the current completed and submissions portion, when you go to the facilitated review course, you can access the discussion boards right here, or from the outline itself. It's just taking a second to get in here. You can access the discussions from this tab as well. And I think that's all I had in terms of any kind of overview or giving you an idea of what you can expect to see or where some of the content resides. If you haven't logged in already, you still can do that. Obviously, if you have any problems, you can reach out to me. It's msmith@aha.org, and we'll make sure that we get you logged in and access the content you're looking for.
Tracy has a question.
Yes.
I just wondered, so from going back and forth, I've been in the course a couple times now, and today I don't know if I hit something wrong or how, but does it always keep track of where you left off so you aren't having to double back?
It should. If you open up one of the modules, like I'm going to do now with the introduction, can't really see the top of my screen here because I'm sharing. So this will open up the introduction module. The course is still running on this tab behind, but once I hit, yes, I have too much open, it's telling me. It should. So if you hit exit from any one of these modules as you've worked your way through, it should keep track of where you left off.
Okay. And the assessment that you're talking about is the executive competency assessment. Is that correct?
I'll let Debbie answer that one. I'm not sure.
Scroll back down. It's where the
Yep, it's right here.
Yeah, it's the nurse leader competency assessment tool, self-assessment.
Okay. Yep.
So if you click here, I believe there's the steps on how to access it, and they use this code, the code CENP July 22. Should allow you to access to the assessment.
Well, I guess I had to take it for a class last term. So is that suffice for it, or do you, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Can you go back to the schedule, please, Mel?
Sure. And so I think someone asked if they'd be recorded. They are. Yes. Oh, I think you answered that. Sorry.
They are being recorded.
Trying to peek at my screen and then at the chat as well.
So you've already seen on this schedule that we're not on schedule, because what we have found in the other 3 courses that we've done before this first session, people don't do that. They don't really do the leadership course. So we'll get it all in. And so next week we will look at, show me the 10th, Mel, can you scroll down? We will do leadership and business skills next week. and each week I'll tell you which ones we're going to do. And even if we have to do some of it in the wrap up, it's not a problem. But I wanted people to have time to at least start the course, because it makes the conversation is different when people have been in it and completed it, if that makes sense. Other questions you have for Mel or I that we could answer? What you will see over the next 4 weeks is not, I'm not here to lecture and do a course. It's really to answer questions and help facilitate any concerns, issues that you may have. The slides, Mel, you'll post those, right? Or are you going to send them out?
So the slides, in terms of slides, it would be any of the slides that you're sharing during the sessions. But the actual modules themselves are not really slides. So there isn't anything to print out for the modules themselves. As you know, Debbie, it's quite extensive, the program. So there isn't really slide decks.
Right.
They weren't built from slides, but slides that you shared tonight are already available for today's session.
And where are they?
They are in the attend virtual session area right here. Oh, my apologies. I thought I had linked it right here. They will be available right here.
Right there.
Maybe I had them. Okay. And as well as underneath the recording. So once we're done this evening and the video has rendered, I'll also have it linked here. So my apologies. They're not available yet, but for each session, any slides that Debbie shares, we will make sure they're available to for all of you.
And please feel free, if you have any questions, you use the chat, use the message. I will check this 2 and 3 times a week and have everything looked at before the Tuesday session. So any questions you have, please feel free to send me a message or post it to the group. And please feel free to answer each other. This session is usually a little bit shorter than the most, just getting everyone introduced, getting our feet wet, and then getting into the course starting next week. Does anybody have any other questions or concerns right now? Well, first of all, I'm so glad that all of you, are taking this leap. It is, I've been a CNP since, well, they started this exam in 2008. And I worked at a system where Kathy Sanford, who's past president of Aonl, was on the committee that wrote the exam. And so she looked at me one day and she goes, they have a beta test. Why don't you take it? Because if you fail, it doesn't matter. So I took the exam. It was for 1 month. It was open the month of October in 2008. Then it took them like 3 months to just, to like look at the course, look at the test, throw out questions, those kind of things. So I found out in January of 2009, I passed. So it is doable. And before that time, I had never had the title of CNO, ever. I'd never, but it's about executive practice. It's about those strategic executive work that all of us do. It's not about the title. So I am really excited that all of you have decided to do this, and I look forward to spending the next few weeks with you all.
Thank you.
Anything else, guys, tonight? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we will see each other next week. Enjoy the week. Do some learning this week, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.